Good morning.
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 Okay, good day to everybody on the May,
Hello.
okay, on the May 2022 Business Lunch and Talk. I welcome all of you, and we have a fun program today, so we're going to get started. I don't know if Greg's on to talk about the Chamber of Commerce or not.
I'm here, Julie. I'm here.
Are you there? Good, Greg.
I'm
So we want to just first of all thank CCOM, who sponsors the Business Lunch and Talk and provides the internet service into the Chamber of Commerce. And we like to say they keep the La Junta Chamber of Commerce connected, and we thank them for helping us out with that. So Greg, if you'll share with us now what's going on in the chamber, I appreciate it. So Greg Kolomitz is the president of the La Junta Chamber of Commerce. So you have the floor, Greg.
Okay. Thanks, Julie. Good afternoon, everybody. Oops, I think I just did something. We'll keep going here. There it is. Sorry. First of all, this afternoon or this evening, we're very excited to be hosting the first business after hours at the Chamber from 5:30 to 7. Sweet Inspiration is providing the catering. We'll have we'll have food and drinks. Come join us, spread the word. We'd love to see everybody and anybody. We planted some flowers and we're excited to get the summer season started. So I look forward to seeing everybody this afternoon, 5:30 to 7.
And Greg, that's at the Chamber, correct?
That's at the Chamber. That's correct, Julie. That's correct. Yeah. A project we just completed last week that we're pretty excited that we did. The La Junta Chamber purchased $5 gift cards from a variety of our members and provided a congratulatory card note along with the $5 gift card to every graduating senior from La Junta, Cheraw, and Swink.
And Goal Academy, Tiger Trades Academy, and the homeschool kids.
Right. And so all told, we ended up distributing 170 notes and cards to the graduating seniors. So we were happy to be able to do that for the seniors. Early Settlers Day planning is underway. It will be Saturday, September the 10th. The major change that we're going to do this year, all activities will take place. We'll have the parade downtown. We'll have all the activities and vendor booths in the park. But that night for the band, which we already have booked and paid for, Martini Shot, we're going to move that downtown to the Santa Fe Plaza. So we're looking forward to a little change up on that, and looking forward to Early Settlers Day. So if anybody has ideas, and we're in process of planning the day and events and activities. We've got quite a few new things we want to try to introduce. But if anybody has ideas about an event or an activity you'd like to see take place during Early Settlers Day, let us know. And if you'd like to help coordinate anything or be part of Early Settlers Day planning, we would more than welcome you. I know there's been a lot of discussion about flower pots around the downtown area. We are aware of the situation. We are addressing it. We will get more flower pots back into downtown. We just need to come up with a plan on how and when to do it. But we know it's an issue. We hear the community and we are addressing it. On a really cool note, we were pleased to be awarded a grant from the Southern Colorado Community Foundation, which we are going to use to bring a highly respected keynote speaker to our in-person July 28th BLT, which will be our in-person BLT. That'll be at 11:30 at the Senior Center. And our speaker is going to be Deb Brown, who is a co-founder of an organization called Save Your Town. She's a native of Iowa from a small town, and she has spoken extensively throughout the country on not necessarily revitalization, but things that communities can do to promote themselves and make life better and enhance small town, primarily rural areas. So we're really appreciative of the Southern Colorado Community Foundation for that grant. We're looking forward to hosting Deb at the July 28th in-person BLT lunch. And in addition to not only her presence at the lunch, on the following day.
No, the day before.
The day before, that's right. I'm sorry, I got the dates. On Wednesday, July the 27th, the chamber is going to be sponsoring an agriculture tourism workshop with Deb Brown as the facilitator and the implementer and the speaker at that. So two really cool events that we're looking forward to in July that we're happy to be able to do, and certainly appreciate the support of the Southern Colorado Community Foundation. So with that, I'll just remind everybody one more time, business after hours tonight. The date for the BLT is Thursday, July 28th, and the agricultural tourism workshop will be on Wednesday, July the 27th. And we don't have the details of that worked out just yet, but when we have that, we'll certainly communicate that. So again, business after hours tonight, 5:30 to 7 in the courtyard at the chamber. Love to see everybody there. Anybody has any questions or comments? Happy to respond.
Anyone have any questions for Greg about chamber activities? I just want to remind everyone that the Chamber of Commerce regular monthly meetings happen the second Thursday of each month from 8 to 10 in the morning, and anyone in the community is invited to attend those. So if you'd like to come and join us at our meetings, that would be great. And they happen at the chamber office on Santa Fe. So any questions for Greg?
No, I just had a question on the one for the July 28th. Where was that one at?
It'll be at the Senior Center.
Okay, I thought you said that. And then I do like the idea of switching it up and doing the band at the plaza. I think I've had a lot of people that had said that would probably be something that needed to be changed, so that hopefully we'll hear better reviews.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Thanks for
Okay.
that comment, Lisa. It's good to know that maybe that's a plus in planning the event.
Yeah, and I'd like to help too. I'll get with you later on that, Greg.
Okay, all right. Okay, everybody heard her say it.
Oh, maybe I should have sent a message later. No, I will help though.
No, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to hear from Lynn Scott, who is the Otero County Clerk and Recorder. And we, most of us are aware that there's a primary election coming up in June. So Lynn's going to tell us all about the election, right, Lynn? So
I am.
all right, thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. Okay, so like you said, we're having our election on June 28th from 7 to 7. Ballots will drop into the mail stream on the 6th, the week of the 6th of June. So please give it at least 7 to 10 days for it to get to you. So I would say if you haven't gotten anything by the 17th, please let us know so we can either send you out one or you can come in and get one over the counter. We will be open on the 25th of June from 8 to noon for drop-offs, or if anybody wants to vote here on the machines. The ballot is 2 pages, front and back, so please make sure you look on your back page. We want to remind everybody that unaffiliateds can vote in the primary. If they did not declare a preference on which ballot they got, Democrat or Republican, they will get both. However, they can only vote the one. So they vote one, bring and send it back in, they're good. If they vote both of them and send them back in, then neither one will count. So they need to remember that. And I think that was pretty much all I had. If you have questions, let me know.
Now, Lynn, there's only one place where we can come and vote on the machines, which would be in the clerk's office.
Yes, this one only requires one VSPC and it'll be in my office this year.
Okay, so we can come anytime between 7 and 7 and vote on a machine in
On
your office.
election day, but early voting actually starts on the 20th. So anytime from the 20th through election day, they can come in and on election day.
Oh, okay.
And then early voting, if they come in on the 20th, is only open during hours. So 8 to 5, except for that Saturday will be open from 8 to noon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and then we'll still have the drop box out in the open in the south parking lot. And then we also have 2 drop off boxes, one in Fowler City Hall and one in Rocky Ford City Hall, that they can return ballots to.
Oh, okay. But just the one machine in your office.
We have 3 machines actually, but yes, in
Just
the
one
only
place.
VSPC will be ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was my question. Who else has questions for Lynn about the election? Well, gosh, I guess everybody's ready to vote, right?
That'd be great.
So, well, thank you, Lynn, for being with us. We appreciate it. We know your work's going to be getting more as the election draws near, and then the general election in November. So,
Yes. Yeah. Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to hear from, we only have one contested county race in our election in June, which is our county commissioner race. And so we've invited our 2 candidates for county commissioner to be on today to share with us about themselves and a little bit about what they're thinking as they run for the office. And then we'll open it up for any questions that anybody has. So Tim, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So yeah, so I want to thank all of you for the opportunity to come and speak with you today. Certainly, I see some familiar faces on those cameras. So some of you have heard me talk before and heard some of the things that I'm interested in. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm Tim Navenshu, and yes, I am running for county commissioner in Otero County for District 2. Some things about me. I've lived in Otero County for 26 years. I've been married to the same beautiful woman for 29 years. I have 3 kids, Jordan, Josh, Carly, and 1 grandson. So on a work side, I recently retired from the Colorado State Patrol in November of 2020 after almost 26 years of service. My entire career was down here in Southeast Colorado. Which is a rare, unique opportunity for me to stay down here the whole time. While working for the Colorado State Patrol for those 26 years, I did have an opportunity to serve the citizens of Colorado and as well as the citizens of Otero County. But something that you may not understand is when you're working for the Colorado State Patrol is you're not able to be politically active or to take an active role in the policies for the people that you serve. And so now that I am retired, I plan on taking an active role in politics, and this is my first start. I will tell you though that my entire voting life I have been a member of the Republican Party. So now that I am retired, I look to continue my service to the citizens of the state, but more particularly Otero County and District 2 as the commissioner. So that I have you now, I'm going to give you some of my thoughts and my beliefs and my views. So throughout this presentation, some of you have heard this before, but you'll hear 2 words resonating. That's servant and that's partnership. I believe in the Constitution, our God-given rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I believe in the Bill of Rights and what it stands for. I believe that I serve God first. I serve my family second, and then I serve the citizens of Otero County next. All that believing that serving all three will make Otero County a better place to live. I also believe that the Constitution was created for the people and not the government. That the Constitution was created so citizens would have the power over the government and not the government the ability to make subjects of their citizens. As commissioner, of course, I'm one of three. So in cooperation with the other two commissioners, I believe job is to make sure that state government does not overstep its power and become too intrusive in our ways of life, making sure that our individual freedoms are not taken away, allowing business owners, which is a lot of you, to make the decisions for the businesses that you have worked so hard to build and establish, the ability to make the best decisions. And then I believe that parents should make the decisions that are best for their families, for how to raise their children and what's best for them safety-wise. I also believe that it's the commissioner's job to make sure that Otero County stays competitive and relevant compared to the higher populated areas like Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins, El Paso County. And that includes protecting the water rights for both farming, ranching, and also creating safe drinking water. I believe in fiscal responsibility and not taxes to be successful on the county level. I believe that it's our job to take the funds and the grants that we do receive and being fiscally responsible and spending it on things that make better for citizens of Otero County. I believe in accountability, and I would expect that all of you on the other side of those cameras to hold me accountable if I am elected to be county commissioner. Some other areas that I want to continue to work on, which are referred to usually as infrastructure, economic development, making sure that Otero County is appealing to new businesses, which is another interesting thing with the commerce, is bringing new businesses in, working side by side with the economic development groups for the county and also for the cities. Affordable housing for citizens to have upward mobility if they so choose. Criminal justice, which includes law enforcement. It's not just police officers, it's the court system, it's the DA's office, mental health facilities, in order to make Otero County a safe place to live and raise a family. Veteran benefits, I believe in taking care of our veterans, providing them the best facilities and benefits that they deserve. And one additional issue that I would continue to work on is election integrity. My plan is to continue my current working partnership with the clerk's office and secure the elections for future generations. So I'll give you some of my experience when I was with the Colorado State Patrol. I did learn that success doesn't happen by chance. And being the captain down here in the Colorado State Patrol, which is what I retired from, which is an executive and administrator for the Colorado State Patrol, taking issues on alone is not a way to be successful or solution, but partnerships. And I think that's a lot of what this meeting is partnerships and building those partnerships, creating, developing them, and fostering them. That's the way to be successful. And I believe, like I said, that the chamber is all about those partnerships. So I want to tell you a story. And I promise not to be long with my story, but I want to give you an insight to some stuff that I've been doing this week. So on Monday, I sat all day with the commissioners. I sat in a meeting with them. I learned about job openings in the county. We learned about the new sheriff's office and proposals that'll be going out here soon about a new facility. I learned about land development and the possibility of people dissecting their lands and water issues that might go along with it. And then later that afternoon, I sat in on the commissioners' meeting. That was the public meeting. And we learned about the Ark Valley conduit and water issues and the projections and how things are going to develop down the road for that water conduit. We also talked about budget and sales tax projections for the year and every month. So then fast forward, that was my Monday. And then on Wednesday, I did a ride along with, that's a state patrol term. I hopped in the truck with one of the supervisors for the county. And I visited all the county shops and I visited the landfill and the extension office. And I got to sit and talk to the employees for the county and just talk to them about things that they might be seeing as issues that might come up in the future and let them know, that the concerns that I have and that as commissioner, I have 2 ears to listen to their concerns and hopefully help them with those concerns. And then we went to the courthouse and I got to walk through the new construction and get an update and a preview for the things to come for the courthouse and the improvements that they're making. So then later that afternoon, I sat in on a VA meeting and I learned about the proposals for the closure of the VA here in town and others throughout Southeast Colorado. And I got to have conversations with the federal and the state VA officials and discuss the things that they're doing to include our veterans in the benefits, even if they do close, that they're still going to be able to have those benefits and take care of them and make it, the veterans deserve all the things that they get from us in this county. And we need to make sure that we continue to give them the benefits. And so it was an interesting meeting to sit in with them. So then today, Lynn, I got to sit in the clerk's office and sit through some of the election judge training and to see the process that goes through for the election judges as they count ballots and count votes and the machines and how they all work and how secure our election is. And so after this meeting today, right now, I plan on going to one of the schools here in the county and sit down with them and make sure that their security plans are up to date and functioning the way that they should. And then, I think it's important in light, I'm not going to talk about what happened, but in light of the things it's important that we make sure that we are looking at those security protocols and making sure they're up to date. So with that said, I want you to think about the things that I described in that. And I want you to know that I'm not even your county official, and that's what I'm out doing, to learn the job and to know that if I am elected and when I'm sworn in, I can hit the ground running. There won't be a learning curve. Well, there's always going to be a learning curve, but I will have an idea of what's going on. And I think as commissioner, it's our job to stay involved in every aspect of the county, not just to sit behind a desk, not to sit in an office, but to get out and to visit and to talk with the employees and the citizens of the county to see what their concerns are, so that when I am in the office and meeting, I can have an idea of what needs to be done and taken care of. So now I say this, that if I am elected, I bring that motivation and that drive to be successful as the next commissioner, energy. And I think as a leader, which is what I was with the patrol when I ended as a captain, I was the leader of the troop and leader of the troopers in 7 counties. And I believe that it's our job to have vision and energy in order to continue to move the county forward and be successful in the county. Some other experiences that I had while I was with the patrol was being responsible for budgets. It was my job to plan and implement budgets annually, make sure that they were balanced annually, and the budgets were exceeded $1 million. And so my experience with working with budgets clearly is a big part of being a commissioner, and I have that. And then I spoke about partnerships earlier. And so on a daily basis, when I was with the patrol, I worked with federal, state, county officials as a member of the Colorado State Patrol. I think that experience has helped prepare me for the role of county commissioner and developing those partnerships across the board and having that ability to reach out and have a hand of help for other people, and then also to ask for help when we need it, and developing those partnerships. I have continued since I announced that I was going to run for commissioner to build my relationships with the existing elected officials in Otero County to discuss the futures of where Otero County is going. So with that said, I believe that my job as commissioner, I work for you guys. Every employee of Otero County is my boss, and I will take that to work every day. For those of you know that I said I serve God first. And so there is a scripture in Jeremiah, and it's 29:7. And it says that you are to demand the welfare of the nation for which you are in, because your welfare depends on the welfare of that nation. So I think, like Julie mentioned, we have a primary coming up on June 28th. And it's that time that all of you get to get involved and demand the excellence from your elected officials and the Republican Party. And that starts on June 28th. And I thank you for the opportunity, and God bless.
Okay, does anybody have any questions now for Tim? We have a few minutes left in his presentation for questions, if anybody would like to ask. Anybody? Well, thank you, Tim, for being with us.
Thank you. I answered them all already.
Yeah, you answered all the questions. So Barry, now you have 10 minutes, 11 minutes to expound on your run for county commissioner as the other Republican candidate in this race. So if you would come on, I'd like to introduce Barry Shosta, who's the other Republican candidate for Otero County Commissioner.
All right. Again, thanks for having me. My name is Barry Shosta. I'm running for the office of Otero County Commissioner, District 2. I'm a Colorado native and have lived in Otero County for 46 years. I worked in county administration and county government for 34 years. In fact, the majority of those years were spent here in Otero County as the Otero County Administrator. I've worked with county commissioners, elected officials, department heads, and staff to find solutions, and I'm solution-based. I recently retired in June 2021 as the CFO for Southeast Health Group. So I now have the time and expertise to serve Otero County as a county commissioner. The last couple of years have probably been the most difficult I've seen for business. In fact, at Southeast, we lost about 40% of our business lines once the pandemic hit the front stage. The pandemic shutdown was a major setback for small businesses here in the area. In order for Otero County to stage a comeback, it will be critical that we have experienced and knowledgeable leadership and a willingness to collaborate with business groups, community organizations, municipalities, and others on critical issues like economic development, workforce housing, water supply, and water infrastructure. The water issue is probably the most critical, as the high-priced housing market along the Front Range has resulted in the development of residential units in those same communities. Right. And make no mistake about it, those entities will be coming after the lower Arkansas Valley's water resources. Just a few weeks ago, Douglas County was pursuing water rights out of the San Luis Valley. They wanted to pump water out of the aquifer. Fortunately, that was stopped. Water will become even more valuable than it is today, and the ability to maintain our water resources becomes critical, as it is essentially the lifeblood of the lower Arkansas Valley. I went to college on a Better Scholarship and still work in a retail business around 20 hours per week. So I'm hardworking and committed. I majored in economics and business administration with a minor in marketing. So my background is definitely business oriented. I put that background into play when I started working for Otero County in 1977. I worked with the Governor's Office of Economic Development and International Trade to implement the original revolving loan fund program here in Otero County. That resulted in infrastructure assistance to local businesses like the coffee plant, industrial park greenhouses, Green Bay Foods, and others. Revolved dollars were then used to make low interest loans to other small business entrepreneurs. I administered the original RLF program and became certified as a local government financing professional in order to evaluate and develop financing packages for those various loan proposals. I was also on the original advisory committee that set up the Small Business Development Center, the SBDC, and hired the operational staff. Also sat on the executive committee and the board of directors for the Southern Colorado Economic Development District, SCED, an organization that leads the federal economic development efforts in our 13-county area. In fact, SCED is one of the partners in the High Prairie Homes project, so it is definitely supportive of Southeast Colorado. The county also participated in the development of the child care facility at the industrial park as a means of providing easy access for employees located at those businesses. It's about being responsive and meeting the county's needs. I was recently part of the work group that the city of La Junta utilized to complete its economic deal plan. That document outlines possible strategies to address its economic development programming. It was essentially a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and provided some viable recommendations. Some of the options included shared ED staffing, niche markets, tarantula migration tourism, mentoring programs, and others. The plan is something that needs to be used often and kept current. I'm sure the local business climate is filled with uncertainty about access to product, rising costs for shipping, less sales potential as fuel price increases, erodes your disposable income, and the inability to hire staff. This uncertainty needs to lead to innovation and a change in thought process. There are some folks who have invested in new technology, 3D printing and makerspace options, and organic greenhouses providing for a unique niche market. They took the opportunity to look at their livelihood through a different lens. How can the county help? A few years back, the state of Colorado initiated a bottoms-up approach to determining the factors which impacted local economies based on geographic location. I don't know if those factors change much, but access to capital, hiring good employees, and government regulations were prominent. The county could work legislatively to facilitate change in regulations by working with trade organizations or lobby groups such as Colorado Counties Incorporated, Southern Colorado Economic Development District, or Action 22. In fact, La Junta's city manager, Rick Klein, is the current president of Action 22. You can also utilize Donnell Berg at Otero County Economic Development to look at access to RLF capital and economic data. The county could also be supportive of innovation. There have been rumors about implementing a commercial kitchen incubator. When I was in Northern California, the county supported the Siskiyou County Development Corporation and its commercial kitchen. There were some amazing products that came out of that facility. In fact, their blackberry jam was among the best I've ever tasted. Another county opportunity would be to support collaborative marketing efforts for businesses, agriculture, and co-ops. The county could also support training opportunities for hospitality and customer service concern, and work with school districts to help individuals develop the soft skills necessary to become employable and stay employed. One of the things we've lost in this uncertain political maelstrom is the ability to have discourse and discussion. That eliminates the opportunity for common sense solutions. I've worked with budgets, $18 million to $145 million, so I understand how tight money can be. Even with $145 million in budgetary funds, we were dealing with labor unions and collective bargaining in California. So it gets tough, it gets tight. In closing, I feel that the only way for Otero County to move forward is to move together. And again, like Tim, I thank you for this opportunity and would welcome any questions anybody might have.
So anybody have any questions for Barry? This is your time to ask. I guess. You answered them all, Barry.
Maybe, we hope. Tim and I are good about that, so that's good.
So everybody be sure and if you're not a registered voter, I think you can still register to vote on either side and vote in the primary election. That's important now. And that's the start of our whole election process. So
Julie,
yes.
yes, they can register through election day.
Oh, through election day. Okay.
Yes, yes. But if they are wanting to change affiliations, like if they're Democrat, want to go to Republican or vice versa, they have to do that by June 6th.
Okay. So they have a little time to do that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So Barry and Tim's names will show up only, obviously, on the Republican primary ballot, because this is the primary election. So
Yes.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other questions for Barry or Tim or Lynn? So we thank you for being present, all three of you, and sharing with us what you've shared this morning and encouraging everyone to vote.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay, we now are going to hear from Brock Hinkhouse, who's the Director of Parks and Recreation for the city of La Junta, and he's going to share with us about what's going on in recreation in La Junta for the summer months. So Brock?
Okay, well, it's a busy time of year for us. Anytime things start getting green, we get really busy. Thing we're working on the most right now is getting the pool ready. That's set to be open on June 1st, so that's next Wednesday. We have quite a few things going on. We basically open the pool up at 6:30 in the morning and close it up at 9 o'clock at night, and just about every minute's accounted for. Our open swims are 1 to 4 o'clock daily. We have family swims from 6:30 to 9 on Wednesday and Saturday nights, and 11 to 1 on Sundays.
Wow.
And we have a ladies' day on Friday mornings from 9 to 11:20. Our summer swim lessons our first session is June 13th through the 23rd. And the second session is July 11th through July 21st. and the cost for that is $40. We just got done taking our baseball and softball registrations. They've already started practicing this week. I think Rufus told me we had about 410 kids involved in that baseball program, which is by far our biggest recreational program at this point. Rick Klein would be very disappointed to know that it wasn't soccer, but it is baseball at this point. So that'll be played through the month of June and probably a little into July, depending on tournaments and rain delays and stuff like that. Wanted to let everybody know that we have officially opened up our bathrooms at City Park. It was like a long 3-year process of getting those renovated. So those are open for the public to use. We've got the single tennis court at College Overlook will be resurfaced in June this summer. We'll probably show a lot of our information that we get out. A lot of our scheduling is very fluid. We showed a movie in the park twice last summer. We haven't picked a date for that, but if you look at our Facebook page, that stuff will be up there. We try and keep all our information up on our Lahana Parks and Recreation Facebook page. In fact, when I leave here, I'm going to go work on, there's a little pocket park in downtown area called Live Well Park. It's got the beautiful tree sculpture. We're hanging the canopies up at that park today. They should be done today. But a lot of activity going on there. We got bike racks that have got to go in, misting stations, some decorative lighting. That'll all be going in here in the next probably 2 weeks. So that park's close to completion. I don't know if anybody's drove by the bottom of 10th Street Hill where the future site of our Lahana Brick and Tile Park's at. We have quite a bit of activity right now. Our city streets crews are working on leveling the land and getting it ready for the park. They should start forming up concrete here in the next few weeks. All the playground equipment has arrived. It is a massive park. So it's going to be really cool, unlike anything that we have anywhere in the area. So hoping maybe by early fall we have that park done. And that's the big part of what we're doing right now.
Gee, doesn't sound like you're doing anything, Brock.
Oh yeah, not at all. I've got a great bunch of people that work for me that do a great job.
Gosh, that sounds exciting, all the things that are happening, and to see Live Well Park be developed and ready to use, that's exciting.
Yes, and I can't take any credit for that. There was a group that did all the planning on that. I'm just kind of coming in and we'll take care of it now. But there's a lot of activity that's going to go on there here in the next couple of weeks.
Very good. Well, does anybody have any questions for Brock about the Parks and Recreation in Lahana? Thank you, Brock. I appreciate it. So I don't see Sheridan Moosman on here. Are you on, Sheridan? I don't believe he is. He wasn't sure he could make it. So we'll go on to Kimberly Gallegos from the library. She's the Programming and Outreach Coordinator. So Kimberly, do you want to just share what the library has for the summer months?
Sure. Thank you for having me. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yes.
All right. So yes, we've got a busy summer ahead of us. I wanted to give an update on our 6-word story contest. Those entries have been sent to our panel of judges. We received 83 entries. So we were down quite a bit from last year, but that's okay. I think it's because people are actually getting busy with things. And so we were very thankful for that. And so stay tuned for the winners. Those will be announced on June 6th. Hopefully you have seen the calendar. I've got some big versions of it right in front of me. We have just put together a very packed summer reading program. Our program is now for all ages. When we hit the pandemic, we decided that summer of 2020 would be a good year to make some changes that we had been considering. One of them being that we would go to an online platform to keep track, so that patrons and participants could keep track of their reading time in an easier way than keeping track of a piece of paper or a packet or something like we've done in years past. So this is actually our 3rd year using a platform called Read Squared. So starting June 1st, anyone that wants to participate, again, all ages, babies on the up through adults, can go to wml.readsquared.com to register. Some people will love this format of doing this program. Some people will not. I did a bingo board for many years and people really loved that. But I think that this is a very convenient way for us to keep track of things. And if you are somebody that is already thinking, I don't want to do one more thing online, or you might need help, just know that we here at the library are happy to help people log into Read Squared to make sure that they've got their points for the summer, so that the kids can earn their prizes. And so our program promotes literacy, encourages reading, of course, and the big focus is to create awareness and use of the many resources that Woodruff Memorial Library has to offer. We are definitely not a warehouse for books. We have so many different things that are available to you, and these are your tax dollars that pay for the library. And so I like to remind people that this is your library. And so make sure that you take advantage of those things. And hopefully the program will open your eyes to things that you didn't know about before. We have a brochure that's out. The calendar and the brochure is posted on our Facebook page, our website. You can come in. If you're a business or you have some kind of a group and you would like some printed copies of these materials, anytime, I am more than happy to get those printed up for our community and make sure. If you are a parent of a child that goes to school at the La Junta Intermediate School or the La Junta Primary School, every student in the school went home with a calendar this week. So if you haven't seen it yet, please check backpacks and make sure that you pull those out. Otherwise, come down and get another copy. It's no problem at all. For kids, we've got lots of things going on. I am happy to say that we are back on our patio this year. Last year, we had to do all of our events at the park to create social distancing space. And so it's just very convenient for me to be able to be here at the library. I'm happy to know that the parks have restrooms now, but last year we didn't really, and maybe there were porta potties. I'm sure that there were some of those there. But, just having a water fountain and things like that when we're out in the heat, because on the patio, it still gets pretty warm. So we are happy that all of our events are back out on the patio. Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, we'll be having some kind of a special entertainer or presentation. And we have a movie morning that will be happening. That will be the only event that will happen away from the library for the kids that are birth through 6th grade. Those movie mornings will be at the Fox Theater. And we are really crossing our fingers. If you've got happy thoughts, prayers, whatever you do, if you could send those towards Vance Johnson's way. He is having issues with one of his projectors. And so if you know anything about projectors, they're very expensive. As of right now, we have 2 movies scheduled for each of our movie morning dates. And so we hope that he will have that projector fixed by the time it's time for these. If not, then we'll just show the animated movie that we've picked. We will do one animated and one non-animated. So take a look at the calendar and look at those fun activities. One of the ones, we got a lot of people that are involved in making these things happen. We've really tried to take advantage of our local people that can highlight, our theme is oceans of possibilities. When you live in a landlocked state and then being where we're at in a very, I don't know, I've heard people say we're in like a desert-like climate down here. I don't know if we're that bad. But how do we promote oceans? And so when families come to the library, my coworkers have been busy at making 2-scale things for the sea life for the kids to be able to look at. We have a Great Pacific octopus that's arm span is like 16 feet wide. We have a manta ray that's huge. And these are all things that the kids will get to see up close and personal and know that there is sea life that is actually that big. We have a whale tail that's only half the size of an adult whale. So lots of things for them to see. Innovative water technologies will be one of our presenters in June. Maybe people right here today don't know that they actually provide clean drinking water for people all over the world. And that's right here in Rocky Ford that those technologies are put together.
And Kimberly, they do it through solar power. It's all solar powered
Yes.
water filtration.
Yes, it's so amazing. And I can't wait to find out more about it. And kind of, I feel like it's just another thing that we can be super proud of to be a part of the Arkansas Valley. Our City of La Junta departments are going to be helping us with some other eye-opening situations. So for teens, we've got a wastewater treatment plant tour lined up. And we've also got one at the RO plant. And so Tom Seba has been great working with me to get those arranged. Several years ago, we took teens as part of the summer reading program to do a tour of the wastewater treatment plant. And we were all blown away at what an amazing process. And now with our new wastewater treatment plant, I'm very excited to be able to compare when we were there before and then now how this new plant works and how we can get clean water back into the river. And so we're looking forward to that. Clean Valley recycling is also a huge part of how we take care of our lives here in La Junta is going to affect so many things in our world. And so Stephen Nilsson is jumping on board again to help with that. And so he'll be doing a presentation here at the library for the younger kids, and then the teens will be going to Clean Valley Recycling to do a tour. So many fun things. Really, as far as the events go, I just want to say that the Lego clubs, will have 3 of those each month for the kids that are 6th grade and under. Those do require a sign up because we're limited on space in the meeting room. And then all of the teen events also require a sign up. So take a look at the calendar. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us here at the library. If you know of anybody that needs help getting registered on Read Squared, we are more than happy to come alongside our community. And we want all people. I just had a question come in while we were on this meeting. Can people from outside La Junta participate? And we want everybody to participate. So we are definitely not locked into just La Junta. We'll have a lot of families that have grandkids visiting for the summer. And so we want to be able to provide those opportunities for every family. So all ages, starting June 1st. Let me know if you need printed materials and I'm happy to get it to you.
Well, thank you, Kimberly. Gosh, after hearing Brock and Kimberly talk, anybody who says there isn't anything to do in the summer, they certainly haven't listened. So we thank you very much. And if you have not been in the library to see the life-size sea life, even if you're an adult, you need to get in there and see it. It's pretty amazing. So thanks, Kimberly. So now we're going to hear from Anita Potter, who's the executive director of the Arkansas Valley Hospice. So Anita, we welcome you to the Business Lunch and Talk.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
We can, thank you.
Well, I'm very happy to be amongst such folks of knowledge and skills and abilities, and I appreciate all that you do for our community. I've been here in La Junta for approximately 36 years, 37 years, raised my son here, my husband, and I'm just not too far away from La Junta. I was born and raised in Los Animas, so I guess when they pulled out that homegrown, deep-rooted for our logo, I guess they kind of was probably thinking about me. I don't know. I've been here at the Arc Valley Hospice for approximately 9 months. I've been the director for 5.5 months. So I had a little bit of a short orientation and step into the program as a RN case manager. It's amazing what's done here. It's amazing the team that we have, the community that's out there, and the needs of our community. All you need to do if you're kind of having a bad day is come in and go with us for a ride, and that bad day will definitely you'll definitely know how lucky you are, because these folks that we take care of, they definitely have their challenges, and most of what they're going through is trying to manage their pain and get to a comfortable level of existence, and they want to be able to touch their families and get back to having that, maybe that lost communication or a little bit of limited communication with families. And so we're trying to reunite them, managing their pain, providing their comfort, letting them establish their goals for their end of life. These people we are getting referrals on for our hospice program usually have less than 6 months to live. That's kind of that qualifier for Medicare and Medicaid. And so we start working with them immediately to figure out what kind of equipment they need for the home, what kind of medication, pharmacological, non-pharmacological, anything that they need to be able to provide them with the ability to stay in their homes. Now, some of them can't stay in their homes. Some of them have having decline in condition, and maybe they're in a nursing home. And so we'll go in there and we'll provide as much of that quality care as we can, the hands-on personal care, and provide them with pain management, assist and educate the staff on how to help them through their transition. So assisted livings, we're working with the assisted livings here, which they're very open to bringing us in and working with their individuals and individualizing that plan of care for them. Like I said, our program is really based on comfort and quality of life. We want to make sure that when those people are taking that transitional breath, when they're going through that end of life process, that we are managing that to the best of our ability so they can pay attention and be a part of the relationship with their families, and the goodbye that they need to say, and that last hug, that last handshake. We're available 24 hours a day, so we're on call here, and those phone calls roll right to us. We don't have an answering service. We pick up our own calls and we take care of those folks. If they need to be seen in the middle of the night, we put our clothes on, jump in the car, and away we go. And constantly providing the emotional and spiritual support. We're there when they have questions. We're there when they have just a need to cry and just share their feelings. And we're also there to provide that supportive bereavement and companionship. It's amazing how many times we go into these places, whether it be their homes or the nursing facilities, assisted living, and maybe all they just needed to know is they're not alone. Families get a little nervous when folks get placed on hospice because they're afraid. They're afraid that the person is dying and they're not ready for that. And so sometimes we find that we try to bridge that relationship so that the families continue to stay very active in their care. We don't turn anybody down. We take all patients regardless if they have a payer source or not. We will bill to their payer source. Depending on what that is, we'll do that pre-admission or mid-admission if we have to. But the bottom line is we're not going to turn a patient away. We want to help them and take care of them to the best of our ability. we do have another program, and it's called the Palliative Care Program. This is kind of a little offshoot. You sometimes hear more about that this day and age than you did 10 years ago. This is kind of a hot button topic. People are kind of wanting to go into this program a little easier than you would be looking at going into hospice. Now, palliative, we're looking at, they still may be getting treatment of some sort and symptom coordination. What we do is we get that referral from the physician, and we'll be right in there in the home, looking after them, taking their vital signs, assisting them. If we need to, ordering them some medication that's pre-approved by the physician. And we will basically keep them from readmitting back to the hospital. You know, that's a big deal these days. Hospitals don't want those readmit rates. And so we're doing as much as we can to keep our hands on those patients and keep them out of the facilities. So then our bereavement services, they last up to 13 months after a patient passes. We provide that long-term grief support and loss support groups. And it's been attended very, very well here. And we tend to get folks coming in as volunteers after they've been through the grief support and the bereavement programs, because they just know this is a safe and a kind place to be. We're also participating in We Honor Veterans. It's the coalition between the National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization and the Department of Veterans Affairs. We want to become the expert in taking care of the veterans, being aware of what their special needs are, their PTSD, their depression, their tendency to not complain of pain, their tendency to be strong when the odds are not going in their favor. So we're really working for educating our staff. We're working with the Veterans Affairs educational programs, and we want to become that 4-star, 5-star program so that we're recognized by this National Hospice and Palliative Care Organization and by the folks here in the Valley. I think that our proof is in the pudding. We've had some very good responses and recognition by patients we've served here in the last 9 months. We also have a respite care program. We work really closely with Otero County, and that's going well. We're looking at potentially a housekeeper type program, but that's coming in probably the late part of the summer. And we're really looking at doing the best for the people, keeping them involved and keeping them out of the hospitals. And we have community DME. At DME, that's that equipment that you're looking for, you can't find, or it may cost you $5 a month to rent, or $1 a day, or $30 a day. Come by, give us a call. We just might ask you for some sizes, height, weight, measurements of the person that you're looking to borrow the equipment for. We'll have it for you. We can actually deliver it out to the car so the folks don't even have to get out. And we have that. We manage that equipment. We have it ready whenever it's needed. We do a lot of work with the hospital and other programs that have called us and need the equipment. We're there for them. Places we cover: Otero County, Crowley County, Bent County. We actually go up into Avondale and Boone. Kim is in Los Animas County, where we'll go out there. Kiowa County, Haswell, Arlington, and then Lincoln County in the southern area. And just so I don't forget, because they're sitting on this Zoom call saying, don't forget, Edie, don't forget. We have our memorial coming up. It is going to be the memorial service, butterfly release, June 7th, 2022 at 6:30 in the evening. And we're gonna use the Seed and Supply Church in Los Animas.
Okay.
It's on 746 Ash Avenue in Los Animas. And we've put out a flyer. I think y'all might have seen this maybe around or running on one or two or 10 of the bank feeders type informations. But basically this flyer is giving people the opportunity to turn in their person that they would like to be honored during the ceremony, as we read off the names of those who have passed over the last 12 months, or if someone wants a person or persons named to be on that list.
Okay,
So Adrian from Seco is going to be telecasting or broadcasting, live streaming that for us, because we know that there's a lot of folks that's turned in these requests, but said they will be out of town and they won't be available. So we'll live stream both the memorial service in the church and the butterfly release. I've not personally been to one. I'm looking forward to it. They say it's very, very interesting and very heartfelt.
very good. Well, guys, thank you, Anita. The Arkansas Valley Hospice is as busy as everybody else we've heard today, so. Does anyone
Thank you.
have any quick questions for Anita? So we thank you very much
Thank you, ma'am.
for being on the BLT. So Tracy Salzbender now is going to join us. She's a board member for the Picket Wire Center for the Performing and Visual Arts. And she's going to share with us some things that are coming up this summer at Picket Wire and for the kids. So go ahead, Tracy.
Hi, thanks for having me again. So right now, the Picket Wire Center is pleased to announce we're gonna do our first summer theater camp. It's gonna be our Theater 101 summer camp. It'll be held August 3rd through the 5th for students in grades 4 through 12th grade. Students will be placed in either a morning or an afternoon session based on their age and kind of how many people we have sign up at the time. It'll be led by veterans of the Picket Wire stage, Darlene Blackford and Tim Boblitz. Students are going to learn some fundamental theater skills. So there'll be sessions that'll just be jam-packed with hands-on activities. And then students will then receive a chance to put their new skills on display during the Friday evening student showcase. We felt it was really important for them to be able to do a little bit of a showcase to show off kind of some of the stuff that they learned. So, and if the students are new to the stage or a seasoned performer, anyone is welcome, and they're sure to walk away with some deeper knowledge. So we have registration going on right now, which you can register on our website at www.picketwireplayers.org. And then right on the front page, it says Theater 101 Summer Camp. There's going to be $30 per student, which will be due at the time with not at registration, but it'll be due at the time of the camp. So that's kind of one really awesome thing we have going on. We started to explore an educational program at Picket Wire right before COVID hit. So we've had to take kind of a little bit of a break, obviously, because we wanted to start this program and we didn't want to start it and then have to stop and start and stop. So we did receive some grant funding a couple years ago for this, which was just really amazing for us to get started and get this whole thing going. So we want to be able to provide educational either camps or workshops, even master classes for some of the adults and people that, you know, may just want to hone in on some of their theater experience. So we'll keep an eye out on us. We're going to be starting out here, and we'll have hope to have lots of awesome stuff come and to continue and to build on this educational program through Picket Wire.
Great. And so they just go to the website and register for the theater workshops.
Yep,
Okay.
Theater 101 Summer Camp is what it's
Okay.
under.
And then
Yeah.
put a plug in for Matilda, the musical.
Yeah, so we are hard at work for with Matilda, the musical. So it will be in July, the 20th through the 23rd at 7:30 p.m. I have a really great cast, about 35 people. James Lind is going to be in charge of our orchestra this year. We do live orchestra, and he and his musicians are just working really hard. Dean Reese is our music director. So he has been working really hard with all of the cast weekly to get us all ready. And I have, you know, choreographers Desiree Goheen and Jen Jackson and Cynthia Fazio have been helping out. So it's just been really awesome. It's a lot of talent from all of our community and lots of kids, you know, a lot of first-time kids. So that's been super fun. So yeah, we're really excited.
Very good. It's exciting to have live theater in La Junta, and we appreciate what you do. So thank you.
It is. Thank you.
All right, now we've got to a couple of, it looks like a couple of young people from the FFA chapter at the La Junta Junior Senior High School. And they're going to share with you. I want you to introduce yourselves and tell us what office you hold. And then tell us about the fun thing that's happening tomorrow evening up at the La Junta High School for the FFA. So would you young people come on, please?
Hi, my name's Emily Knoll, and I'm the La Junta FFA president.
I'm Jay Grimsley. I'm the vice president of the FFA chapter.
And tomorrow we're having our first annual FFA project auction where there'll be over 50 projects that we've all made, and most of them are welded, but there's a few that are wood made, and we have a lot of really interesting projects tomorrow. We don't have much in our funds right now, so we're trying to get as many people here as possible, and we're really excited.
So what are some, can you tell us maybe what some of the projects are?
We have a table and chair set, we have mailboxes, we have a water fountain, we have a fire pit, we have a bench, and then more of a park bench patio type thing. What else?
There's some yard art. There's some little smaller things like to hang on your wall. Like someone made like a deer out of horseshoes.
Oh,
There's like a coat rack. Do you guys want to see some of them?
well, that's okay. Let's just invite everybody to come and see them tomorrow night. So is it supper and the auction?
Yes, so dinner starts at 5:30 and then the auction starts at 6.
Okay, and where do people go if they want to come?
The ag shop, it's at the back of the school. The door is near the greenhouse.
Okay, so we come in the door right there by the greenhouse, okay?
Mhm.
5:30 is supper and then the auction start. Is it a silent auction or is there going to be an auctioneer?
There will be an auctioneer.
Okay, so who's going to be your auctioneer?
Cody Downairy.
Okay, very good. So do either Jay or Emily have anything to share with the group about your new FFA chapter and what's going on at the high school with it?
It's all pretty new to us, but we've had a really good time. We've learned a lot, and it's been really eye-opening to things that we haven't really even talked about at school before. We did a lot of like plant science, vet science, where we've done a ton of welding, of course, with the projects. And we've been to a couple of conferences in Lamar, a big conference, which is just like introducing green hands. And a green hand is like a first-year FFA student. So we all went to that one because we're all first year since this is our first year at FFA.
Right, but both Jay and Emily, you're seniors, or well, you're going to be a senior, right, Jay?
Both of us will be seniors.
Oh, you'll both be seniors, okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We'll get to have you in our community for at least another year in the FFA chapter, so.
Yeah.
And who's your FFA advisor?
Ryan Seifkes.
Okay, so we look forward. Does anybody have any questions for Emily or Jay about the FFA chapter or the auction tomorrow evening? So I guess not. So thank you for joining us, Jay.
We also want to say that we do accept proxy bids.
Oh, okay. So how would we do that?
You would contact Mr. Seifkes.
Okay,
I'm getting his phone number now.
okay. So we could call and bid on something then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to give you his phone number
Yeah,
now?
go ahead.
It's 719-469-3141.
Okay, so if somebody wants to bid on something, they call him and tell him, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
See you tomorrow evening. So I just want to bring up one more thing. We have the Southeast Colorado Creative Partnership is hosting the Brew Fest, the Arkansas Valley 2022 Brew Fest. And it's going to be held on Saturday, the 11th of June in the Santa Fe Plaza here in La Junta from 6 to 10 p.m. The pre-sale tickets, which are available from any Southeast Colorado Creative Partnership member or at the Chamber of Commerce, are $20 each, or you can get them at the gate for $25. There'll be music at the event by the Whiskey Throttle. There'll be food trucks and of course, different kinds of beers to taste and try out. So the Brew Fest on Saturday, June 11th at the Santa Fe Plaza from 6 to 10 p.m. So we have just a few minutes before we close. I thank everybody that was on today, the presenters and the guests, the listeners, or whatever you want to call us. And we look forward to the June BLT, which will happen obviously the last Thursday of June on the 30th of June. And then in July will be our second annual person-to-person, rub shoulders, talk to everybody, shake hands, BLT Grande Luncheon at the La Junta Senior Citizens Center. And that will be on July 28th. So we'll have more about that next month. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being present on the Business Luncheon Talk sponsored by the La Junta Chamber of Commerce. We'll see you next month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. No problem. Oh, a lot of drinking. You're not drinking the coffee. I know.